to another episode of Planet Transit, where we'll be talking about Skyline Honolulu and discuss how it could be extended. This time we'll be discussing a possible extension to Makaha through the west shore of Oahu. Between my previous video and this one, I had to take a break from video editing, especially as this is my senior year in high school and I have other things to do in life. This channel has grown since then, so thanks to all the viewers and subscribers of Planet Transit. So next video discussing the planned Salt Lake extension will be the last video on the current series of my own takes of planned Skyline extensions. After this, I'll start my next series on Hawaii High-Speed Rail. The first episode will discuss my long-planned proposal on a new rail line linking the North Shore to the capital and more, which I started planning way before I started editing my first video. I will also be discussing rail in the Ko'olau region, the Maui monorail proposal. Yes, it actually was proposed. My ideas on rail on the other islands, alternative history of Honolulu Rail, and even venturing out to the mainland with Texas Central with What If Howard Hughes Bought Texas Central and more. If you want to see them, stay tuned and subscribe to Planet Transit. Returning to Skyline future extensions, we will discuss the planned extension from East Kapolei to Kapolei Commons in addition to my own proposal to get it from Kapolei Commons all the way into Makaha. The communities our Skyline extensions will be covering encompasses the Ewa communities of Kapolei, Kalaiola, and Olina, as well as the West Shore communities of Nanakuli, Maili, Waianae, and Makaha. These communities have a combined population of 75,000 people. Even though this is less than 8% of Hawaii's population, it has the potential of housing 250,000 plus people through high-density transit-oriented development opportunities, especially in the West Shore. The Ewa region is getting lots of growth through new developments like Ho'opili and Kapolei and is expected to continue on in the future. The West Shore communities like Nanakuli and Waianae, however, have been declining for decades, especially as the Oahu Railway cut passenger services and the historical walkable city centers have been largely demolished for car-centric developments during the 20th century. This has resulted in these communities having the lowest tourism rates on the island for their community sizes, and with this lack of investment in isolation from Honolulu has brought in high crime rates and awful perception to the West Shore of Oahu. The West Shore communities have potential of becoming successful through all the communities joining into a new city with new redevelopments and possibly merging with Ewa. It could potentially create a true second Honolulu region that was envisioned in the 1970s, which kick-started the developments in Ewa. With now two major cities on Oahu, housing prices should be able to fall, potentially opening up oceanfront housing for a reasonable price. Of course, in order to see the potential of these communities, you need the Skyline extension to be built. To address some concerns regarding the length of route, especially as you pointed out in the comment section about Hart likely terminating it at Kahala Mall in the previous video, we're going to separate it into phases, just like Hart has separated the initial operating segment between East Kapolei and Aloha Stadium and Aloha Stadium to the airport. Phase 1 will be the planned extension from East Kapolei to the Kapolei Commons Shopping Center. Phase 2 would be my own idea to extend it from Kapolei Commons to Olina. Phase 3 would be my own idea to extend it from Olina to Makaha. Let's talk about alignment types. Center median. Obviously, this would be above the center of roadways, especially wide arterial roads with room for medians, or already having medians like on Kamehameha Highway in Pearl City or Farrington Highway in Waipahu. Elevated greenfield. Like the name suggests, it's new elevated alignments through undeveloped forestry or farmland. Mauka shift. If you never heard about this before, it is an elevated alignment choosing to intentionally go on the side of a road. This is often used whenever it's convenient, when paralleling smaller roads, or in curves, or right-of-way is prohibited to choose a center median route, like overhead utilities only on one side of the road, or very constrictive alignments. This name comes from the rail's alignment shift to the Mauka or northern shoulder of Dillingham Boulevard portion of the currently under construction city center rail section to avoid relocating too many utilities. When I say Mauka here, it may or may not be going towards the Mauka side. It may just be discussing what I said earlier. The West Shore will have lots of Makaha shifts. In some parts, going from the left to the right of the roadway to avoid relocating as many things like this, depending where it is. Stratobent. This is the use of stratobent columns to better navigate constrictive geometry, often used by curves, phase termination stations, or constrictive alignments that cannot use Makaha shifts or center medians at all. And we're going to add a new alignment that you've been all requesting for, or the one that has been not used as widely, at grade. As the name suggests, it's taking the rail on the ground. However, being an automated system, grade crossings are impossible, and we'll have to make cars go under or over the alignment, and if you want to save money, termination of many roads. Between each phase, we'll discuss benefits like connectivity and prices. At the end, we'll discuss travel times and how this project can be built. You have been explaining in the comments about using the Oahu Railway and Land Company right-of-way, which we will later discuss in the video. Let's jump in and start discussing the original planned alignment and its potential Olina extension on the currently planned Phase 1 and its potential Phase 2. This extension will start at the East Kapolei Station, the existing western terminus of Skyline. East Kapolei right now is pretty boring in terms of development. Across the site, there'll be a redevelopment sometime when this extension starts construction. On the side of the station, there's a Croc Center, some townhomes, and a middle school. Nice and single-family homes? Come on, Department of Hawaiian Homelands. Could you have a better vision and done something better than single-family homes next to all places near Skyline Terminus? Look at Oahu's Hakuone. We're not even close to any of the Skyline stations. They tried to build something that would be way better for a terminus of a rapid transit system. Unfortunately for the Hawaiian homes planned on Oahu's Hawaiian Homelands in Kaka'ako, NIMBYs passionate about their $1 million views killed it, but if it was here, it would have zero opposition other than farmers. It is still adding Hawaiian homes or Hawaiian affordable housing on Hawaiian homelands, but better, and you could have beaten the infamous D.R. Horton on their dirt, asphalt, and grass fields, and more dirt, asphalt, and grass fields with an addition of a mid-tier university with good developments across a stroad. With anti-transit planning in terms of quality and time. Even now, they're still constructing single-family homes as if no Skyline system even existed. After blasting a department stuck in the 1950s, let's discuss how to extend Skyline. On the south of East Kapolei Station, there are tail tracks heading south. Let's continue that down, crossing Kapolei Parkway and having our first stop at the Makaha Shopping Center. I elected to make the station near the easterly entrance to create a station experience similar to that seen in most Japanese train stations. This station will serve the Makaha Shopping Center, Eva Beach, Ocean Point, and the Hawaii Railway Society Museum. The shopping center has lots of potential for infill development in its gigantic parking lot with mixed-use developments and a potential transit center. After this station, we'll either go paralleling the Heritage Railway or continue down into the planned new alignment through Kalaeola. I think the planned alignment is beneficial. Unlike what you think, the Oahu Railway is a protected landmark, and a potential parallel alignment could be used for other rail lines in the future, as well as Kalaeola having firm plans for redevelopment centered around this planned alignment. For the planned alignment, we'll follow some new greenfield routes, then turn north at Saragrada Avenue for a station here. This station will serve the nearby FBI building, Kapolei High School, and future redevelopment projects. Next, we will go left, down on a greenfield route on Hancock Street, turn sharply right onto the side of Yorktown Street, Makaha shift style, and at the intersection at Lexington Street, have a Kalaeola station. Currently, its entrance is at an abandoned Subway restaurant. This station will serve Kalaeola in its major redevelopment project. The alignment will continue down Yorktown Street, then go down a short greenfield alignment on former military house foundations, go on to Bennington Street, pass by the former bachelor flats, now senior housing, cross the Oahu Railway alignment, go to a perfectly located park, and go into the median of Wakea Street. Then curving to the left, Mauka shifting at Kapolei Parkway, and before Kamaya Avenue have a station for a future relocated Kapolei Transit Center. This station will serve a new Kapolei Transit Center in downtown Kapolei. The current Kapolei Transit Center is just a roadside bus stop, but this new one will actually be just as large as the Alibi Transit Center in downtown. These renderings I made is what the transit center could look like according to official plans. Continuing down Kapolei Parkway, we'll get back into the median at the intersection of Kamokila Boulevard, continue in the median until reaching Kalaiola Boulevard, then going back to a Mauka shift at Kapolei Commons with a station near the movie theaters. This will mark the end of Phase 1 and it will serve Kapolei Commons, the Wet n Wild Water Park, Kalaiola Harbor, and the currently under construction Kapolei West developments. Let's talk travel times. Kapolei Transit Center to the airport. For 17.37 miles, it will take 30 minutes, 34.74 miles per hour on average. That is definitely faster than the 45 minutes it takes with the Skyline Airport link in the bus. Still, the car averages 20 minutes but can be unpredictable. Kapolei Commons to Aloha Stadium. For 15.24 miles, it will take 36 minutes, 30 miles per hour on average. Kapolei Commons to Civic Center. For 24 miles, it will take 51 minutes, 28 miles per hour on average. Before we continue on, let's discuss option 2, the Oahu Railway alignment. This alignment was proposed as a rough plan around this year in the Kalaiola Draft Master Plan. For the sake of video length, we're not going to have as many renders and no travel times, especially as it'll be similar plus or minus a few minutes. However, we will consider this in its Olina alignment in the cost section later in the video. Starting at the East Kapolei Station to Kamakana Ali'i, it is no different from the other alignment. Then we start to change route to the Oahu Railway alignment to then parallel Roosevelt Avenue on either viaduct or at grade with grade separations. Next, we will continue until Korosi Road, where we will have a Korosi Road station that will serve new developments. Next, we will have a Fort Barrett Road station much closer to Kapolei High School. Next, we will have a station near Lexington Street, serving potential new developments. Next, we will have a station at Kamokila Boulevard that will serve the planned Gentry Kala Ulu developments in the VA office. We will then terminate at Kapolei Commons closer to the Star Advertiser building. Extending Skyline West to Kapolei Commons would see lots of benefits, especially with Kapolei now receiving rapid transit it was promised over a decade ago. Of course, we need to consider how much it would cost. For option 1, the planned alignment, it will cost around $2.5 to $3 billion. For option 2, the Oahu Railway and Land Company alignment, it will cost between $1 to $2 billion depending if it will go at grade with grade separations or viaduct. Unlike what these stats might say, option 1 will be quicker and cheaper to construct. Why? Option 1 has been mostly environmentally cleared already, safeguarded, and any new alignment would need to get a new or significantly updated EIS and other approvals, and as this often eats up most of the construction timeline, especially regarding Hawaii's strict environmental laws, adding a potential 3 to 5 year delay and $1 to $2 billion more dollars, canceling out even at-grade savings. The original alignment with minor modifications should be quicker and cheaper to construct. After seeing how Skyline could extend through planned extensions into Kapolei, let's talk even further and discuss how to get an easier alignment into Olina from Kapolei Commons to Paradise Cove with connections to the marina and even a first ever station directly on a private resort. Let's start with continuing option 1, especially as it seems like the most likely alignment to happen. Starting from Kapolei Commons, we'll need to continue down Kapolei Parkway on the currently under construction section for Kapolei West. We will then continue down the median. Lots of monkey paw trees will be cut down. And this will attract rampant NIMBYism, but to appease the rampant NIMBYism, we may be forced to make the guideway nicer, looking more luxurious and hiring some of the best world-class landscape and structural architects. potentially making it look like most stereotypical Hawaiian designs, maybe even adding noise cancelling or deluxe sound barriers. This may end up increasing the cost, like some other projects being forced to build green tunnels and even tunnels for bats. But unlike the Skyline extension to Koko Head, this pricey section would be much shorter. Continue down Kapolei Parkway or Ilinui Drive. We will have our first station at the intersection at Waipahe Place for Olina Marina. This will serve Olina Marina and potential new developments. Next, we will continue down Ilinui Drive to our next station at Disney Aulani. This station will serve the Disney Aulani Resort and nearby resorts. As you all know, Disney is likely to benefit the most with a Skyline extension, as Aulani is the most popular resort in Ko'olina. In fact, they should lobby for a station in this extension, especially having popular destinations in your portfolio, and canceling or outright being NIMBY to station partnerships should be a big no-no. Next, we will continue to a terminating station at Paradise Cove. This station will serve Paradise Cove, potential new developments, and the waste transfer facilities. Option 2 will continue down the Oahu Railway Land Company alignment, then going back into Viaduct at the intersection at Ililuni Drive and using the same alignment to Paradise Cove. Let's talk travel times. Airport to Disney Aulani. For 24 miles, it will take around 50 minutes flat, 29 miles per hour on average. Paradise Cove to Kamakana'ali'i. For 7.3 miles, it will take around 21 minutes, 21 miles per hour on average. Paradise Cove to Ala Moana Center. For 30 miles, it will take around 56 minutes, 32 miles per hour on average. Now, with another tourism area served with Skyline, there's going to be lots of benefits, but before we can see them in reality, let's figure out how much it will cost. For the 3-mile extension, it is expected to cost around $500 million to build. This is because it is a smaller extension, so being $500 million is a pretty fair estimate, especially as the Ala Moana extension between Civic Center and Ala Moana, consisting of 2 stations, costs $325 million. Now we're going to talk about what you've been waiting for in this video, the big, bold, and grand Skyline extension to Makaha through Oahu's west shore. Starting from Paradise Cove, we'll curve to the left of Farrington Highway and go on a series of raised embankments and viaducts as we are going to build a light maintenance facility here. Why? As Skyline is getting longer and longer means more trains and space to store them. You can do anything at the LCC facility, but at this point, it is better to have a second one here. Once we reach Nanakuli town limits, we'll go on an elevated Mauka shift alignment on the former Oahu Railway right-of-way. This ORLC portion is not used as the Heritage Railway terminates in Ko'olina, and it will save lots of money from utility relocations, bridge rebuilds, and hassle during construction. Next, we're going to have our first station in Nanakuli at the current Wendy's site. This station will serve Nanakuli in many ways to crank them 5/1s up. Next, we will continue on Farrington Highway to Waianae. Around 1.7 miles later, we could have a second at-grade section as the roadway essentially converts into what is essentially a divided highway. Why not run for a while at grade in the median to save costs? Next, we will have a station for Maili. This station will serve the Maili area, its suburbs, and a small development zone for more 5/1s. Next, we will have a station for Waianae near the existing Waianae Mall. This station will serve Waianae, its bus transit center, Waianae Mall, and maybe plenty 5/1s. These transit-oriented development opportunities seem like they can solve the housing crisis, which points us to the next station up Barrington Highway at Pokai Bay next to the Waianae Boat Harbor. Why are we having a station here in the first place?
The reason why that I'm proposing a station here is to add lots of affordable housing by a station area of 90% plus high density affordable housing. And even now with the South Shore turning like Vancouver, affordable housing will be still needed on Oahu. So this site, especially as it might be a temporary shipping area for construction supplies and likely the location of the casting yard, makes it ideal for such redevelopment after construction. Yes, I said shipping area as to avoid as much congestion to Farrington Highway, especially in some parts, is the only way to access large portions of the West Shore. This is gonna be like how JFK is getting renovated, where they're shipping construction supplies from upstate New York as they have the water at their disposal. In fact, with the potential affordable community, it may have affordable uninstructed oceanfront housing. You might say all you want about affordable housing causing crime, but we're in the West Shore in all places and we're adding investment that will discourage crime, like more jobs and mixed-use housing. Next, we will terminate at the intersection at Farrington and Orange Street for a Makaha station. This station will serve Makaha, the Makaha Beach Cabanas, and you know what this station area will have. Even though we will likely have rail terminated here for a long time, HARD is likely going to widen Farrington Highway all the way to Keeley Drive to allow for an extension that will go into a tunnel that may take it into Haleiwa Transit Hub and allow for a quote-unquote around the island light rail metro, but we'll discuss it in a later video. There's also another proposal on how to get Skyline into the West Shore called the Waianae Direct Rail Link. This proposal has been proposed around a decade ago, aimed to get it into Waianae through a tunnel to the Waianae Mountains and go into a more inland route, like Skyline between UH West Oahu and West Loch, and to have it climb some elevations potentially at 3 to 5%. However, it would have deviated through what will be industrial facilities, and I think a viable alternative will be building a curve after UH West Oahu and onto Kolakai Parkway. But it would be better if it happened under a second, totally different automated suburban or S-Bahn conventional heavy rail commuter system that could also connect to Haleiwa again, Alapai Transit Center, and more, especially as it's a good express route, but by itself it doesn't go as much destinations as my extension. But I am getting too much about myself on spoiling future videos and my travel times, which it's time to say, let's talk travel times. And oh boy, I got some to say. Waianae to Kapolei Commons. For 11 miles it will take 21 minutes, 31 miles per hour on average. Downtown to Nanakuli. For 37 miles, it will take around 1 hour flat, 37 miles per hour on average. Now here is the big kahuna trip that hardly anyone, even tourists, will ride, but I should still say. Makaha to Kokohead Shopping Center. For 46 miles, it will take you around 1 hour and 32 minutes, 30 miles per hour on average. Now, after figuring out the benefits of extending Skyline into the West Shore, especially opening up a region for much needed urbanism, how much will it cost? It will cost around $3 to $5 billion depending on if there's going to be a maintenance facility built or not. If you have lasted this long, thank you for watching my long planned video about Skyline's potential in the West Shore. After discussing these extensions on the rail in the West Shore, we're gonna expect a brutal war zone in the comments from the NIMBYs. After reading my comment section, I think the Waikiki Elementary should not be demolished and the Thomas Jefferson schools should be demolished. This is because it could be done on the initial Waikiki extension, as the line will terminate there and it could benefit both Skyline and Blue Alawai construction staging zones and be converted into a mixed-use transit center. Look at it compared to everything else on the future Waikiki Island. Another thing I hope to fix in my videos is my audio. Hopefully you can see me better, as you said from the comments, and choose better music as well. If you have concerns, tell me and I'll pin you in the comments. I'm also gonna go to Japan next summer, so expect more Japanese or Kyoto rail fanning footage later. If you wanna support me, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to Planet Transit. It will do wonders for me, and I will see you next time when I describe the Salt Lake extension, the last video in the official Skyline extension video series for a while, before going on to Hawaii High-Speed Rail and the Oahu Suburban Rail, starting with an episode describing a Haleiwa to LCC
ABC S-Bahn alignment. I will see you later for some more planet transit.